Welcome back to Atheist Era. Let's discuss something about the Almighty with a different perspective. First of all, God doesn't exist, and if God exists, He is selfish. If I assume that God exists and He helps people in tough situations and circumstances, then God is so selfish and so egoistic. A lot of people are crying and praying, "Please help me, God, to solve this problem, or help me to overcome it. I'm tired." But no help comes from any way, direct or indirect. But when it's a matter of God, He defends Himself. He becomes active to take actions. But when it's a matter of human versus human, it is none of His business. How He helps to show the human that God really cares and works, but in reality He doesn't. For example, the sacrifice story of Abraham and Isaac. As you know, the sacrifice story of Abraham, Isaac in the Quran. If you are watching this video and don't know about Islam, and particular of this story, I am going to tell you this story in very short so that you can better understand this video. So, in very short, God promised Abraham and Sarah that they would have a son, and Isaac was born. Later, to test Abraham's obedience, God commanded Abraham to sacrifice the boy. Abraham made all the preparations for the ritual sacrifice, but God spared Isaac at the last moment. As mentioned in the story, Isaac, the son of Abraham, was saved by God. Another lesson that we can learn from the story is that oftentimes when we are faced with adverse circumstances, we must try and believe in doing good, as God will show kindness to those who believe in Him. Did you notice anything? God will show kindness to those who believe in Him. What for those who don't believe in Him? He says, forgive your enemy, love your enemy. But this rules only for the human being. When it's a matter of God, He never forgives. It's easy to say like that, but it's so difficult to implement for anyone, even God too. Anyways, if the same incident or something like this happens today, what do you think? Will God still act like He acted with Isaac? If your answer is no, so why are today's people not having that level of faith? Are people not worshipping Him full of purity? Or God lost His power over the time? Or it's just a fairy tale that never happened? If you say yes, people do not have that level of faith today. In the 8 billion of populations, nobody has a pure level of faith that can convenience God. It is not right to say. Today a lot of people worshipping Him with full of purity and faith, but they will never get something unusual like these fairy tale stories. In all the history of religion, God only acted to defend Him and takes all the credits of good things only. When bad things happen, it's like, no, it's not me, dear. It's Satan who does. Why? Do you have no control over Satan? Are you not powerful enough to stop evil from happening? But not. He doesn't do anything, and will take all the credit for the good things that happened by human actions. When it's a bad thing or sin, He says, I don't know. I have not done anything. Someone else is doing. Maybe Satan, but not me. According to this, Satan has more power than God to do evil over virtuous. Conclusion: if God doesn't exist, it doesn't matter. If the God exists, still doesn't matter. We don't need this type of selfish God. Power is a very difficult thing to use the right way. People always use their power to manipulate systems and law, or doing something silly for enjoying and showing the power. If God does so, there is nothing to be surprised. See you in the next video.